Hello and welcome back to the 10th episode of DBD Sports Show. Before we start off, let's give a round of applause. Alright, before we start today, make sure you guys check us out on Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, everything. At DBD Sports Show. Daryl, you want to take us off today?
Yeah, so before we get into other sports news, just want to talk about the tragic passing of Terrence Clark. Terrence Clark was a Dorchester native, resident of Boston, resident of Massachusetts. He was just really, just absolutely passing all expectations when it came to, his skill in basketball. And just, ending that narrative that people from Boston couldn't make it out in basketball. He was just absolutely killing AAU camps, destroying in high school, just doing his thing at every single level. And unfortunately, he passed away on April 22nd in a car accident. But it's really sad because everyone in Massachusetts, Boston area specifically, we were all kind of living our dreams through him because he was gonna be the one to show everyone else that Boston people can play too. And everyone was rooting for him, everyone was believing for him. It still doesn't seem real, but just want to send our prayers out and thoughts to his family.
When he did pass, I didn't realize I've heard of him before, but I didn't know him like that, obviously. But I didn't realize how many NBA stars that he's known, he's talked to, he's taken pictures with. It was amazing. It was insane. And they were in California when it happened, right?
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on from the sad news. Let's go to which could have been very traumatic news in the soccer world, the Super League. So basically, the Super League almost happened, but it's basically the best clubs all over the world. We're going to leave the UEFA, go behind their back and create their own league called the Super League. So it was 3 Italian clubs, AC Milan, Inter Milan, and Juventus. 3 Spanish clubs, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. And 6 English clubs, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, Man United, and Tottenham and Chelsea. So basically, all of these teams want to create their own league. So this would happen every year. And the bad thing about this is what basically came from it. If they did this, they wouldn't be able to participate in the World Cup, couldn't represent their own countries, which is bad for the U.S. because we have a U.S. kid on Barcelona, I do believe, and Christian Pulisic, who's our main star on Chelsea, and he wouldn't be able to play for us. They couldn't be in FIFA, the soccer game. That wouldn't be able to happen. And they could have been banned from their domestic leagues. Right. So basically this means the English Premier League, it's the main one that's kind of broadcasted here in the U.S. Chelsea, all those top 6 teams, they wouldn't even be able to play in their own league. Right. They would only play in the Super League. And usually, obviously they have I guess for us, it's the MLS. That's our main league. But there's obviously leagues under that. In England, it's more of because really all they have is soccer to watch. They don't have all the sports like us. So that's why it's not really known like that. But you work your way up the ranks. Obviously, when you win big games, you move your way up the ranks. And to get into the Champions League, which is the huge tournament every year of the best teams all over the world, you have to come top 3 in your actual league. And now, if the Super League happened, that wouldn't even be a thing. It would be these set teams all the time, which would be terrible. Mm-hmm. And this mainly was going to happen just because of the money. But the fans were already storming the stadiums. They were going to boycott it. They weren't going to watch. Nobody wanted any part of it. And it was just...
Did the players want this or the owners?
The players didn't really... some of the players on the other teams came out and said it because that ruins their chances of getting... Because they can still play for the Champions League. But then those...
the competition or something.
Those 12 teams, they said it was rumored maybe going to be 15. Those are the best clubs in the world, right. And they wouldn't be there. Mm-hmm. So it's PSG, another great club from France, with Neymar and Mbappe. They're one of the best clubs in the world, but they just weren't a part of this. They would be winning it almost every year. Them and the German clubs would be going head-to-head, but thankfully, most of the teams have already backed out of it because that would have been terrible for everybody if it happened. It would have been terrible. So we'll move on from one football to another football. Daryl, what are some of the team's biggest needs before the draft?
All right, so honestly, some teams just need to make some differences to their foundation, what's been going on for them. You know what I'm saying? First team, I have to talk about the Patriots just because the quarterback situation absolutely has to be addressed. You cannot leave this draft without taking a quarterback. That would just be a huge mistake. I don't care how you spin it. You got to take a quarterback, whether you trade up and get one or you stay and get one. A quarterback has to be the first pick, in my opinion. because like
It has to be our first pick.
yeah, the first pick that we make, like whether it be the pick that we currently have or if you trade up and get a pick, the first pick that we make in the draft has to be a quarterback. Because honestly, like it's just so much of an unknown at Cam Newton. Like
Yeah.
maybe he could do good. I hope he could do good, but at the same time, he could also just be kind of bad like he was last year.
Right. I think he'll definitely be better than he was last year, though.
He can't get worse. So
No, he can't get worse. Brady, what do you got? What do you think?
for me, I agree with what Daryl said, but I feel like the Broncos have a really good chance to kind of like work their way up the ranks as well because they have a good solid.
They're
defense.
in a hard division, though.
They are. They have a good solid defense already. I feel like if they make a move to move up in the draft, maybe to like 4. If the 49ers don't take Fields or like however it may turn out, I feel like they could draft a QB because I don't think they like what they have in Locke. So I feel
No,
like
Drew Lock isn't it.
yeah. So I feel like with the addition of a quarterback, they could probably push their way into postseason.
Yeah, I
maybe,
don't
but
think
that's
so
a
in that
stretch
division,
too.
though.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
in
no,
postseason?
No.
Postseason, no.
Not that division.
I like exactly how it is right now. I think that's exactly how it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
probably.
Maybe if the Chargers,
Maybe
because-
Chargers over
especially
Raiders.
second-
It depends.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have good quarterbacks in the division.
They got Keenan Allen. They have what's the other wide receiver too?
on the Chargers.
Yes.
Ooh,
Not Williams, but it's
It might be Williams.
is it Williams? I don't remember. Yeah, just look up Chargers depth chart because he's very good too.
Oh, Mike Williams. It was
Mike Williams.
Yeah,
Mike Williams.
Yeah.
He's very good. But yeah. Do you have anything else?
That's
Other
all.
teams?
Yeah.
What do you think the Broncos have to do? Like, what positions do they have to address the most? Because if they do believe in
Quarterback.
Drew Lock,
Quarterback's the most important
Quarterback,
position
yeah,
on the field.
quarterback.
do you think? I agree that they should take quarterback, but do you think they'll look at it like, all right, Drew Lock is still a very young quarterback. He still has to develop. We have Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant. Let's get him another target. See if he's really
I
working.
think that's how they're gonna look at it. But
Kind of like how
that's
we
not
did
what
with
they should.
Cam.
They
That's-
shouldn't look at it like
That's
that.
not how they should be
Yeah.
doing it, but I think
Right.
that's what they're gonna do.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. So I have a few teams, but one of them obviously the Patriots, but the Cardinals. I feel like they need either a tight end or a corner. They need help in the defense or
They need help in the defense too.
yes.
Yeah,
Really?
for sure.
They don't have Pat Pete. He's gone. They have Buda Baker, but he's really holding it down in
Well,
the secondary.
it's-
Isaiah Simmons is a
yeah.
good young. They
Yeah,
have
they're
they have
front-
good pressure
their
up
front
front.
seven
I was about to say,
insane,
I was about to say,
though.
like,
Their front seven's
no,
gross.
because me personally, because of how dominant your front seven is, like, I just try to like.
I just think they need
handle
another
offense
security
first.
blanket.
Yeah, but like the defense is still better than a lot of like defenses.
But their defense was the one that was slacking last year.
Yeah, I know, but
But at
at
the
the
same
same
time,
time, they didn't have Chandler Jones,
Chandler
and they
Jones
just
injured, and it's gonna JJ
and they
Watt.
just got
Yeah.
J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Well,
And I hope Isaiah Simmons can get better too because he can
Right.
hold it down in the linebacker position. But obviously they have DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray, Chase Edmonds. Now they have James Conner
sounds really
and
good on
Andy
paper.
Isabella.
Yeah.
It sounds
So it
really
sounds
good.
great on paper. Pat Peterson isn't there anymore. He's on the Vikings.
Yeah.
But they might be able to trade up because I don't remember what pick they have right now. I think they might have 16. I think they have the
They're
one right after
right
us.
after us.
So either they can maybe trade up for the Falcons or the Bengals, try and get Kyle Pitts.
They might be before us.
No,
Or
Vikings
one
are before
after
us.
us, yes.
Vikings are 14, us 15, them
They're
16.
Right.
Another one could be the Browns. Again, I think they need help in the secondary. They need a DB. They can obviously get pressure on the quarterback with Myles Garrett and now Jadeveon Clowney. They have Denzel Ward, and they just signed Troy Hill to, I think, a 2-year deal. But still, Denzel Ward, he's a young guy. They drafted him, I think, 3 years ago.
Yep.
I think the year after Baker Mayfield. He is good, but they were getting beat over top way too many times. And the Packers. Like, the Packers are a great team, but they just somehow can't get over. They can't get past the NFC Championship. And even when they do, they've won once
Yeah.
in the recent years. So I think they need a wide receiver, a corner, or a defensive lineman.
Wide receiver
Just
too,
because
yeah.
they haven't had 2 wide receivers in the top 50 PFF rankings in, I think it was almost 5 years, something like that. So it's been a long time.
They definitely had the talent to make something happen, though. Just unfortunate they
I
also
agree.
went against someone who like a team that was overmatched.
Yeah.
Right. And they have Jair Alexander, and he's
Yeah.
one of the best DBs in the league.
In the league.
But still, we saw what happened with
Bucks.
the Bucks. They got beat over top, 4 times? Like,
Yeah,
it
at
happened
least.
way too much. And they had the 15th pass rush in the NFL. So pretty much almost dead even. 15, 16, pretty much dead middle of the pack. But if they really want to get pressure on the quarterback, I would say either do that over the DB situation.
Yeah.
What do you think is the team that needs to improve most in the draft, though?
Like entirely.
Entirely. Or what are a few teams that need to improve the most throughout
I
the
feel
draft?
like clearly the worst team in the NFL, the Jaguars.
Yeah,
But although they're getting Lawrence, they still have so many holes in that team.
Yeah,
they need
I don't
to
think.
I
it's gonna
agree.
be- I don't think it's gonna be like you get Lawrence
Yeah.
and have like a
no,
playoff
it's gonna be
season.
like 3
all
years.
of a sudden the Jaguars are gonna be Super Bowl champions. No,
That's how, I
that's
kind
not
of
how
feel
it's
like
gonna
for the
work.
Chargers though, it's the same boat as the Jags.
Yeah.
Like they got Justin Herbert, and it's gonna take a few years, but they'll get there.
No, but see,
Same thing
even
with
the
the
They'll win a
Jags.
couple
Right,
more
like,
games
but,
than they did
like,
though.
now that I'm thinking about
Yeah,
it,
they're
like,
gonna win more than one.
when you look at the Chargers on paper, even like last year, like they should have won more games. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They did have a good. They had
that's
a good
talent.
core.
Like it's not they had no one.
right.
You know.
They have
I mean,
a
Austin
rookie
Eckler's
running back.
he's okay, but like they can still do better than
No, but
that.
like just think about it off paper, like having like Allen, you know what I'm saying, Mike
Right.
Williams, that's good.
Yeah,
But-
Mike Williams is big too.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
Those two wide receivers are better than a lot of teams' wide receivers, and Justin Herbert played good
Patriots.
too. So like when you think about it, it's like damn, like how did he do?
What
so
pick
bad?
did the Chargers have? Do you know?
I think they were 7-9 too.
13.
Yeah.
13. I mean, they could take Najee Harris, but that's way too early. I feel like for him to go.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I guess not.
It's not too early if you need it,
No,
right?
it's not.
That's
but
true.
It's not too late if you need
We're
it.
talking about the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the Jags. Okay.
No.
It's just
Well,
kinda
because we
separate.
went from
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kinda
Justin
separate,
Herbert.
right.
Okay.
Do you think? Where do you think Najee will go though? Because I think it's either going to be
so-
the Steelers and Miami.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you like where I think he's gonna go, where he should go. I think he should go to the Steelers. The Steelers should target.
That's where I think.
Especially since what's it called? James Conner isn't there no more.
Yeah.
I
But
think it
James
was
Conner, like, obviously wasn't
I
that
feel
good.
like, I feel like
but they
Najee
had no.
Harris to James Conner's an upgrade for the Steelers.
It's a huge upgrade.
by
Oh, it's
far.
huge.
Yeah.
But they still have no offensive line.
Yeah.
but not.
But he's still gonna be. So he's gonna be getting killed in the backfield.
But
Like,
Najee may not even be fully like. He might not even be used as a traditional back that much. Like it's not gonna be like a pound him back.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Like
gonna
a
do like
Le'Veon Bell
he's
type.
He
gonna
can
do,
catch.
Thank you.
A
Thank you.
Le'Veon
He can
Bell
catch.
player.
They're gonna literally use him like a Le'Veon Bell. A lot of like he does like a lot of hezzies, a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
jumping
yeah.
over people.
Bro, like prime
acrobat.
Le'Veon Bell, I can't really explain how he ran. Like
He
they didn't
did-
have the best offensive line.
bro,
And
he would just
skipped.
go to the offensive line and just sit there.
stop,
Just
and
sit.
then find it, and then find it.
That
He
was crazy.
gross.
Yeah.
He
That was
gross.
crazy.
That 1 year, oh my god.
Not even 1 year. For like 3
And-
years.
and
For
AB,
3 years, he was
that
nasty.
team was gross.
They
They
should've
should have
won
won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have won the Super Bowl. Like,
They
this-
did win.
No.
Or
No,
before,
no,
yeah,
no,
before
no,
that.
yeah, no.
Bro, his feet were not down in the end zone.
Who? San Antonio Holmes.
Yes,
Yeah,
his
they
feet
were.
were not
They were,
down.
bro.
Bro,
Yes,
they
they
were
were.
not
That was
down.
that was nasty.
Bro,
catch.
he had one. Bro, say this is
Have
one
you
foot.
seen
He had
that
one
catch?
foot on top of the
So
back of the
gross,
other
bro.
one. It was only one toe was
It
down.
was
Pull
to
it up.
win
Pull
the
up the picture.
Super Bowl and he toe tapped his feet
In the
back
corner of the end zone.
The grossest catch I've ever seen.
It was
I've
crazy.
ever seen.
But another team that I think needs to improve the most is probably the Jets, just because literally everybody in the AFC East has gotten better
Right.
this offseason.
Except
And the
them.
Bills kind of not, but they're literally the second best team in the AFC anyways. I think they were going to have their franchise guy in Zach Wilson, but they seem to draft their franchise guy almost every year, and it never works out. So I really don't know what's going to happen
Yeah,
with Zach Wilson.
yeah.
Really just did him like
It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, he's
It's
following
true.
them.
The best quarterback for them was, I think, Mark Sanchez and another guy, and they won
Mark
like
Sanchez- Mark Sanchez
led
does
them
butt
to
fumbles
two
and
AFC
stuff.
Exactly.
championships.
Yo.
That's
No, but-
and they let him go. They let him go when
But
he was good.
terrible, so,
The butt fumble
Good for
speaks
them.
itself. The
Really
butt
just-
fumble-
right.
the butt fumble shows how
Exactly.
But he was good for the Jets, and still, that was the best quarterback that they've had in a long time. They're like, no, get him out. It's like
wasn't
that's
good.
all you have. But that's
They-
compared to what else they had.
They caught lightning in a bottle those 2 years. Like they shouldn't have been.
But I think the Jets will probably go offense. I think they could go Najee, Travis Etienne, or Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver out of Florida, just because Zach Wilson needs that guy. They have Mims and
Are you thinking about
the Jets wide receivers.
They
They have
just got
Denzel
Corey
Mims.
Davis, too.
I mean,
Who's the other dude who's good?
They just got Corey Davis.
Yeah,
oh, they did get Corey
They got
Davis.
Corey Davis. Yeah.
They did get Corey
What's
Davis.
his name is good. What's his name? Is he still there?
Perryman, Brashad Perryman.
He's good, but no, there's someone. Oh, who's good? We'll find out. Jamison Crowder is good.
Jameson Crowder is good.
Jamison Crowder
So
is
maybe
good.
they should get more running back. Just because, say Najee Harris is gone, say he's going to the Steelers, or how we were talking about the Chargers, I think Travis Etienne will be there unless the Chargers take Najee. The Steelers have to go running back. They have to.
Yeah.
If they want defense, I think they should go Asante Samuel, the cornerback out of Florida State. I think obviously that could help them because their defense is atrocious. It's terrible.
The Steelers?
But I no,
Oh, I was
the
gonna
Jets.
say, I was gonna say,
But I also
yeah.
think
I was
that
gonna say.
no, I also think that could be just because of the play calling.
Yeah.
Like especially with the Hail Mary, like we all know what happened with the Raiders.
That was like the worst play call.
It
I've
was
ever
terrible.
seen.
Probably one of the worst. Yeah, the worst I've ever seen.
One-on-one coverage.
And then I was just talking about the Raiders. The Raiders, they have to go over the 8-8 hump.
Yeah.
They have to. The beginning of the season is always good, and they start dying off. I don't know if it's Derek Carr.
They're pretty
I don't know if it's the
sporadic.
play calling.
6-2 to 8-8, something like that.
Right, like,
what?
and then like the Bears. The Bears started out 5-1. They finished barely in the playoffs. It's just because they're in a weak division. But I think the Raiders should go Rondale Moore of Purdue or Kadarius Toney out of Florida because they just lost the wide receiver Nelson Aguilar, and he was a number one for them, but he's not really a number one talent of what we've seen.
Right.
So I think they should go, especially with a young guy. And they just got Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake, so that backfield is set. They look like they're set on the quarterback. Marcus Mariota just took the pay cut to stay there. I don't know why he would. So I think they have Darren Waller. If they get a solid wide receiver, they just got Henry Ruggs last year.
Yep.
The potential is there on that team.
That's another young
The talent's
team.
there,
Like,
it's undeniable.
if they would go defense, I would say Azeez Ojulari, the edge out of Georgia, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the linebacker out of Notre Dame, or Micah Parsons, or Micah Parsons out of Penn State. Micah Parsons is insane.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen It's called Welcome to the. It's called like Welcome to the Draft, or it's like Hey Rookie, Welcome to the.
Oh, hey, rookie, welcome to the NFL.
Yes,
Something
bro.
like
I think
that,
it just started today. It's like Kyle Pitts, J.C. Horn, Micah Parsons, like they're all training together. It's wicked. Justin Fields, like, is mad cool. And then another one, the Patriots. They filled all the positions they needed in free agency, but our run defense last year was absolutely garbage. I think it was like fourth from last, like terrible.
I don't even
So
know
I
what
think
was going on.
at 15, I don't know, because I would be happy
Whoa,
if
defense. Are you trying to say defense at 15?
yes, because
Yeah,
I honestly
Yeah.
think Bill Belichick would do something.
because
like that.
if
Bro,
we do,
if anyone
no,
is using that first pick
Listen.
for defense, it's Bill Belichick.
I would be happy if we trade up, but we would have to give up a lot, especially go from 15
we
to
were talking
4.
about this the other day. Like, would you take Trask in the second round and use your first?
I would
round
rather
pick
take
on,
Kyle
like-
Trask in the second round. He'll be there. And if anything, we trade up in the second round. It's going to cost us way less than the first. And he could be a first round quarterback. If it wasn't this year.
Fair.
Fair.
Because
We're
like
getting a first round quarterback for a second round.
I would want a quarterback if they fell to us at 15, or I would.
You're right. You're actually right. Because like, why would you give up a lot for like?
We would have to give up our 15th overall this year,
Yeah, you're
probably
right,
next
you're
year, and maybe the year after that. Like the 49ers did just to get from 15 to 4.
You're right,
Meanwhile, we
Right.
still have
That
like
makes sense. You can get like a really solid defensive
Exactly.
player. Kyle Trask plays like Tom Brady. He could fit the system.
That's what we're. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like the 49ers traded up because they were so set on the quarterback, but now we really don't know. Like we don't know if they are or not. But the Patriots, they're not set on a guy. So it's like, why are we going to risk so much when there's a guy that would work in our system sitting there in the second round?
Right.
Even if we didn't go Kyle Trask, Kellen Mond, or the Stanford quarterback, he's still good too. I think Micah Parsons could be a good pickup for us, the linebacker. Just because Devontae Hightower is getting a little old, we could have him be the new Mike, have him get there, have Chase Winovich off the edge, and Jawan Bentley. Kwity Paye, the edge out of Michigan, could be great because we need to get pressure on the quarterback. Because we have no pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
We don't get any.
None.
Azeez Ojulari, again, the edge out of Georgia, could help us. J.C. Horn, the cornerback, because
Lockdown.
we do have Gilmore and J.C., but they both need to get paid next year.
And
And we're not paying them both.
We didn't even re-sign JC yet, too, right?
No,
Yeah,
he
we did,
agreed
we
to it.
did.
He agreed to
Yeah,
it.
like
So
a
we have him.
$3 million or something. Like that.
Yeah. So his contract's up next year and Gilmore's. So we're not going to pay them both. We might not even pay one of them. So I would be like, it stinks because it's like, I'd much rather see my team get an offensive target just because it's more fun to obviously watch the offense. But what we need might be not this year, but it could be for next year where J.C. Horn, he could learn under J.C., learn under Stephon Gilmore for his rookie year in the NFL.
You would pick him up first, is what you're saying.
I think overall, I would want Micah Parsons
In the first round.
in the first round at 15.
There's absolutely no reason why you should waste a pick with J.C. Horn.
Why?
Because like you already have.
Didn't he have back surgery or something?
No, he's good. He's
Yeah.
absolutely disgusting. But like, it's not that necessary because like you have the depth at the position.
Yeah, that's true.
And,
So-
and we
That's
just
true.
picked up guys on defense too.
right.
That's
So,
true.
No, I'd either go
Judon, we
defense
just got.
at
yeah.
not that position.
He's an
or
edge rusher. He
quarterback.
can stop the
Yeah.
run.
Like, yeah.
The only reason why I wouldn't do Micah Parsons too is because we got Matt Judon now
Because,
for
like,
4
if
years.
your first pick is on defense, it better be a defense on a runner. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the front.
Yeah.
Because that was atrocious.
Yeah.
The corners always held it down.
Our safeties kind of do need help, especially with Jason
Honestly,
Jason
I
McCourty
feel
now
like-
gone.
I feel
Would
like,
you go?
like our defensive backs, like the way that Bill Belichick schemes his defense, like it doesn't.
It works
matter
with
if
anybody.
It works with anyone.
That's true.
Like
'Cause I was
as
gonna-
you see, like in the Super Bowls, he puts like I'm not saying Malcolm Butler's a no one, but obviously
He is
he's
now,
one.
low key.
But in that Super Bowl, no one knew who he was. But
Right.
Bill Belichick put him in such good schemes, like he was able to produce, and
They worked
he
with
ended up having a
that.
good
They
career.
practiced that same play that he made the interception on in practice for like 20 times. He never picked the ball off one
Except
time
that
in
one
practice.
time. Yeah.
Just one time, and it was in the Super Bowl. So, and I was going to say Asante Samuel, the cornerback, or Trayvon Mulrig, or however you say the safety out of TCU. Because I was just going to say safety help, but we do have Jonathan Jones, Devin McCourty. So, again, we could kind of address the needs next year. But we could try and go cornerback and safety next year. But obviously, I don't know what pick we're going to have next year in the draft. Because if we do bad this year, that'll most likely be quarterback, depending on what we do in the later rounds, or wide receiver. Because we could try and get both those positions filled next year in the draft, but would we try and rely on, say, a third or fourth round guys in the same year to try and fill in right away?
Yeah.
Because with these guys, say we do get J.C. Horn or another secondary player, another DB this year, we haven't learned for next year, for this season technically, and then we put him in next year. I don't know how I would feel about getting 2 new guys and putting them right into the hard system.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about that. Obviously, I'm not the coach, so I don't really know. But and then the last team, I would say the Chicago Bears, because they have a great defense. They easily have a great offense.
Right,
Easily,
right.
They have Allen Robinson, Anthony Miller, and what's the other wide receiver's name? I can't remember right now.
This is what happens when it's not fantasy season anymore.
I know, bro. It's another guy too.
Anthony Miller? Javon Williams?
No.
Darnell Mooney.
Yes, Darnell
Yes,
Mooney. Darnell
yes.
Mooney. Thank you. And they have pick number 20. So, no quarterbacks falling to 20. We have that set. No quarterbacks falling to 20. So, I think they should either trade up for a quarterback, or if they do believe in Andy Dalton for this year, trade up for a tight end. They don't need any help on defense. Their defense is one of the best in the league. But the only help they need, and they have Montgomery and Tariq Cohen for running back. So they have a good running back core, good wide receivers. It's just the tight end position that's because they had Jimmy Graham, but I think Jimmy Graham's done, right?
Yeah.
And quarterback. And the quarterback out of Penn State, what's his name? It's a long last name. It starts with an F. I can't remember.
He's not. Whoever it is, I wouldn't trust him.
He's right, but for their first pick, I feel like they need to trade up.
He's not an option.
I think they.
The Penn State had an atrocious season, and
What was his name? Pat
Pat
for.
Freeman or something. But
Yeah.
Penn State QBs just weren't playing well last year.
Who was it? Oh. Never mind. But yeah, they have solid running backs, solid wide receivers, great defense. So I would say, because they have Andy Dalton, they just got rid of Mitch Trubisky. He's the backup on the
Yeah.
Bills now, which is crazy
And
to
they
even
have
think
Jake
about.
Fromm, like,
Right. No.
Wait, Jake
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
Fromm's on the Bills?
yes.
Yes, and he's the third stringer now. He's about to be
That's,
gone.
like, he's just about to be done.
Right. So yeah, I think they need to draft a quarterback this year. Andy Dalton's not one of the best, but he's been in the league for a long time. He was
Yeah.
pretty good on the
Do you
Bengals.
guys think that was even an upgrade from Trubisky though?
No.
Andy Dalton? No.
I feel like it's
So what was
kind
the
of
point?
like,
Like, what was
I
the
think
point?
I would have rathered Mitch Trubisky.
yeah.
What was the point then?
I don't know.
Strange.
It would have made more sense if they kept Mitch Trubisky.
Right.
But the thing is, because they got rid of Nick Foles, right?
Andy
Or do they still have
Dalton-
Nick Foles?
Nick Foles
Andy
still
Dalton
there,
was
but-
winning at the beginning of his career. Like his first 5 seasons. he
In
had 10
Cincinnati,
plus
he was
wins,
a
yeah.
good quarterback because he had
A.J.
AJ Green,
Green.
John Ross was kind of there, Ocho Cinco, like they had a good wide receivers, but like
He just
Yeah.
never got over the hump. Like he
Andy
never won a
Dalton, he
playoff
could be a
game.
mentor, but he's not like
What is he gonna mentor?
just
He
because
hasn't won anything.
Just because he's been in the league for a long
I know,
time.
that's
Like,
He's never even won a playoff game.
Hey,
though.
if
No
Fitzmagic
respect.
was a
right,
mentor-
Ryan Fitzpatrick hasn't won a lot like
I
that.
know, but it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick's
I'd
like an
never look at
iconic
Andy
quarterback,
Dalton, Like yo,
Yeah,
inspire me right now.
because if they have, what are they gonna do with Nick Foles then? Because Nick Foles didn't play that good either. So they're gonna have Nick Foles, Andy Dalton, and a young quarterback all fighting for number one.
That's strange.
And then the Eagles, they don't have Jalen Hurts as a starter or Joe Flacco. They haven't named anybody, and a lot of people are mad about that. But I'm
Jalen
like,
Hurts
this
should be
thing,
a
this thing is
starter.
going to be like an open QB competition.
right? But why is that? Why
I
would
think
that
it's
be a
not
bad
gonna
thing?
No, I think. Well, no. I just feel like people thought that Jalen Hurts played good enough to
Yeah.
be given the keys.
He won
right
what
away.
2 games? Like
He didn't
And
win.
is that
two.
his fault?
I think it was
the
1
team
and 2.
was
maybe.
not good.
the team
Yeah,
was not
yeah.
good, but he didn't play that great by himself.
He played good.
He played good to
He
me.
played good.
I think it's me.
Those first 2 games he played.
The
he
game
played good.
against
The Saints.
No, the game against the Saints and the game against Kyler Murray, who's fast. Like,
Yeah.
he played good.
He ran for 100 yards both games.
Right.
Threw for over 300.
Yeah, I think I just need to see him more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is probably
Of course.
just because their offense is terrible. Because I don't even know their wide receivers right now. Travis Fulgham, that's all I know.
Travis Fulgham.
That's really all I know.
They have the 12th overall pick too, so the Eagles.
So talking about teams trading up, a lot of people are saying that the Eagles might trade up from number 12 to get another quarterback.
But they were at 6. So
Right.
if they were going to do that, they shouldn't just.
That's why I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
And then why would you go in and get Joe Flacco when you already drafted a quarterback
they still
last
might not
year?
get a quarterback at 6.
No, there will be a quarterback at 6.
Yeah,
There's going to be at least one because Bengals got Joe Burrow last year.
What's it called? I think the Ravens should trade up for a receiver.
What pick do the Ravens have right now? 20 what?
They just signed a receiver too, though, right?
It's not good enough.
Who did they sign?
I don't remember, but it's not.
They signed Sammy Watkins. That's who
They did sign
signed.
Sammy Watkins,
Oh
but
my
he's
God,
not a number
it's
one.
scary.
No, I know.
They have Hollywood Brown who can run, but he's not that good. And then Sammy Watkins, same thing.
There's no question about it. Like, I mean, they need some like.
They need a big guy.
They need an explosive wide receiver in there. Dude.
But they already have 2 explosive guys in Hollywood Brown and Sammy Watkins. They're both explosive.
They're not
They don't
doing
have a guy that can go get it though.
Yeah.
Like they have burners, but they can't. They don't have a big
They
guy.
have a good tight end. I feel like they just need like an outside weapon.
Isn't Terrence Marshall kind of big?
Yeah, he is. No, see, my thing is like, if Mark Ingram was obviously good, but not Mark Ingram. What's his name? The tight end for
Hollywood.
the Ravens?
Oh, Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. Thank you.
He's
Mark
good.
Andrews obviously like really good, but like.
Yeah.
I feel like the receiver should be the number one option. They have to find like a receiver that's really like that. Like can definitely beat his man. Can definitely win a matchup.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's gonna be the Lamar Jackson show again, which obviously isn't bad. But you need to get him some help that like, all right, someone who's just gonna like win his matchup like definitely. Like,
I agree.
definitely.
They're not going to change their whole offense from a running offense to a pass offense, but they need to have guys that they can throw to when they need. Right now, they don't have that.
You need like once you get to playoffs.
Because like Mark Andrews is just like the target. Like Hollywood Brown like won his matchup sometimes, but like I was like Mark Andrews and like a bunch of other people.
Right. I think right now for teams trading up, I think the most like the one that would happen more likely, I guess, would be the Falcons trading back from 4.
Yeah.
I feel like they're more open to it. They already have the offensive weapons. They do
Broncos'
need
chance.
defense. They do need defense, but that just makes more sense for them to trade back because they're not taking Patrick Surtain, if anybody, with the 4th overall pick. That just doesn't make sense. And it all depends on what the 49ers do. But do you guys think, say the 49ers do take Justin Fields, do you think there's going to be a lot of teams still trying to trade up if they take Justin Fields?
No.
Because I feel like everybody's
I
eyeing
feel like
him.
the only person that people trade up for is to get Justin Fields.
And the
'Cause he's
49ers,
that guy, like, could go either way. Like, we don't know what's
I
really
agree.
going to happen.
I agree.
That's true.
Like,
And,
I still think the 49ers are taking him. I wouldn't trade all the way up to 3 to get Mac Jones.
But
When he
Ian
wasn't even
Rappaport
projected
said
to
they'd
go
be
top
very
50.
surprised if it
They're
wasn't
pushing-
Mac Jones.
yeah, they're
Like, they
pushing-
love
he's
Mac Jones.
He's going
I still don't understand how that all went down, but
I don't understand that, and I don't understand that it also came out that they also love Trey Lance. They said Mac Jones and Trey Lance are the 2 guys they're really eyeing, which I don't understand.
Makes
Like,
no sense. They're
I
just
don't get
hyping
it at
him. They're
all.
Just, like, showing, like,
no, I just
do you think they could be like turning everybody away and
Yeah.
then really go Justin Fields and throw everything
Yeah,
off?
but I mean, that doesn't really happen all the time, right? Like,
It's happened once with a quarterback. It happened with
Eli.
It was a while ago.
Was it Eli Manning?
No, it wasn't
I
Eli.
know he didn't get drafted to the Giants. He got drafted to the Chargers.
Chargers.
well, he
then-
pushed his way out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
said
know.
I'm not playing. That's different though.
Yeah.
But I think obviously the teams that would most likely go up are the Bears, the Broncos, or the Patriots to get number 4. Because all the other teams have like a decent starter. I could see the Vikings going up, but they have Kirk. They just re-signed to a huge deal, so I think it'd be stupid if they did. But I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they did. The Panthers have been getting calls for the 8th pick. Do you think any quarterback's going to fall to 8? If any, it's going to be Lance.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Would you be
everyone's gonna
happy with Lance?
I mean, that's not a bad option.
I'd be happy with Lance. I wouldn't want to trade up for him.
Right.
I'd be happy if he fell in our lap.
fell in your lap,
Exactly. Dolphins have gotten calls for the 6th pick, and the Cowboys have gotten calls for the 10th pick. So same thing. The only way I would ever would you trade it for Mac?
No.
No, I mean that's what it seems.
I feel like if he falls to you, he falls to you.
But if so, like, what would you give up? Just be like, listen, 15th for you wouldn't want to give up next year's first for Mac.
No. Bro, the 49ers.
You were the one that
3
was so
first
high on Mac
rounds.
Jones too earlier.
No, like it wasn't necessarily me being like it was like I was high on him, but I wasn't saying he should go like
Top 5.
Yeah.
I thought
he went from going to Washington to now.
No, see, like,
3.
my thing-
I thought if
my
he
thing,
was top 15, just come to us. That's
no,
great.
See,
like,
I just thought it was disrespectful that he would be falling to 15. But
Yeah.
how does he go
From
from 15 to 3 without doing anything?
I don't get it. I don't get it. And Justin Fields only
did nothing.
Justin Fields had a better pro day than him. He ran a better time. He threw better balls. He threw faster balls. Like, he's more of a built guy.
And he
Mac
fell.
Jones is barely in shape.
Mac is good. Like, don't get me wrong, Mac is good. Like, I always defend him in the sense like what he did last year, like having the highest QBR, like since metric, like that's not easy to do. Like no matter if you have talent on your team, like a lot of teams have.
No,
talent,
I agree.
Right, but like, I just don't like the fact that like he just magically like one day someone woke up and all of a sudden the 49ers are trading for 3
Yeah.
Like,
I agree with that.
Just doesn't make
And
sense.
another reason why I'm confused is it's not like Justin Fields did something bad to go down. Justin Fields only got better while the season ended.
it seemed like the more Justin Fields got better, the more like kind of like false narratives you'd hear surrounding him. Like,
True.
Like as Don was talking about 2 weeks ago, and people were like, "Oh, he doesn't like his work ethic and stuff like that."
Right.
Like, bro, really?
So, what do you guys think would be best for the Patriots? Giving up a lot to go for, or giving not as much for a later pick?
I think they should stay.
You think they should stay?
Yeah.
How high would you trade up if Justin Fields is there? How high would you go?
You're gonna have to get a top 5. I feel like
I don't know.
he's going
Because
3.
if he doesn't-
he's going 3.
I think 4 will be Kyle Pitts, or a team's gonna go out to get 4. So I think Fields. So I think he could either be 4 or he could fall to 7. Because 5
5 is a Bengals.
5 is the Bengals, 6 is the Dolphins. They're not going to get a QB, and 7 is the Lions. So I think the Lions are still in the market for a quarterback. They'd be very happy with Justin Fields. Like Jared Goff isn't the guy. So I think the highest we would have to go to get Justin Fields is 7. That's the lowest he should
If
go.
I'm the Dolphins, and Fields is there,
No, I couldn't. Just because
Bro.
they just got Tua, 3rd overall last year? No,
send to it.
4th, 5th.
Yeah.
Because Justin Herbert was 6 or 7.
6.
So that means Tua was 5.
Right.
Yo.
Do you think the Dolphins regret going with Tua?
I mean, no one thought Justin Herbert was gonna be that good. Like, it's one of those things you can't really be mad at yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I still want to see him after next year.
Right. I was also gonna say you can't really fully judge Tua because he was
I don't know.
injured.
You can't fully judge Justin Herbert either until someone
Well,
does
he
it
took
2 times.
care. He took
I
care.
know.
He has to
Do it
take
2
care.
times in a row though.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Do it
he
2
got
times.
thrown in. He didn't even know he was going to
I
be
know.
starting. They're like, listen, you're starting. It was like 5 minutes before kickoff. It's
Yep.
like, listen, you're starting this game. But also, I want to see what Tua can do because he got taken out of every important moment last year. So it's like
so you can't really blame him because he didn't get the
Which is
experience.
he was playing. If he was playing like okay, like kind of decent, kind of bad, at the times that like didn't matter, but obviously every play matters. But the ones that didn't matter as much as clutch time, and they took him out for clutch time. What does he think? Like, he's like, all right, they obviously don't believe in me right now. Or the thing is just like, listen, let's just let Fitzmagic do his thing, and then like we trust you, but just not right now.
It's probably a bunch of like mixed emotions in his head, you know.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause, I mean, you also
I'd be
see-
mad.
Yeah, I'd
It's like
wanna
you
play in
just
the
you
biggest
just
field.
drafted me 5th overall, and you're not even gonna let me play.
Right.
And it's like But the thing is, what was it? His hip?
Yeah.
Was that the injury?
Very bad injury too. So.
And like the draft evaluators before the combine, they're like, listen, he's fine. Like he's fully back to where he was. So maybe they're saying like, listen, we're concerned about your health, but like obviously he's fine. So I don't understand that. Something else that just happened in the NFL, the New Jersey rule just got accepted. It was brought up by the Chiefs. So that means, it means the running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers can wear numbers 1 through 49 and 80 through 89. D linemen can wear 50 through 79 and 90 through 99. Linebackers can wear 1 through 59 and 90 through 99. And DBs can wear 1 through 49. Do you think many people are going to do this, or do you think they're just going to stay?
I'll see what's
the
so
thing is,
like,
if
yeah.
they do want to change, they have to buy out the rest of the jerseys that are
The rest of the
stock.
inventory.
The rest of the inventory of jerseys
That's
in the
crazy.
country.
Like Aaron Jones, I think he was number 6 at Florida State or something. It was rumored that he was talking about it. He's like, maybe I should. You know how much he would have to pay?
No.
It's not worth it. It's just a number.
$1.6 million
It's
just to
a
change the number.
I don't see like what's even.
That's
it's
what
a
Tom
number.
Brady was saying. Tom Brady's like, this is
You know how
stupid.
many
Like,
jerseys he'd have to buy to go to 10?
yeah.
Or
It's a
like, no, I
number.
mean, he could
It
switch it
doesn't
if he
do
wanted
anything.
to.
It's a number. I'm not a fan. Like I'm not a fan.
I mean, like, I don't hate it, but obviously, like, it
It's a
is
lot
what
of
it
money.
is.
It's a jersey.
Like, if you want
For
to,
the
go
guys
for
who
it.
don't really get like jersey sales like that, it's probably like nothing.
How does it, like what's the number gonna do for him though? Like just switching a number.
Just like,
What is it-
say like you've
Yeah.
had this number your whole life. Maybe like you really want that number, but like,
pay $1 million for it, really? Like
Yeah.
I don't care. You could be a football player. I don't care.
but they
That's
can make
what
that
it
million,
No.
especially depending on the player. They'll make it after the
I
very
know, but
first
the thing
game.
with football is like you get hurt at any time and they can just cut your contract. All
Yeah.
your money's done.
That's true.
And you just dropped $1 million on a number.
Just for a number. I want to be 5 again. What was Derrick Henry's number? I don't remember.
2 maybe?
Was it 2?
I feel like it was 2.
What is he right now?
I think he's 22.
Is he 20?
I think it's 22 or something like that. It is 22. Yeah. That's 22. Yeah.
I think he was 2 in college.
I do too.
Derrick Henry.
He was 27. No, he was 2.
He
in
was 2.
college.
He was 2.
That's 2.
Yeah.
Look at him next to Mark.
I know, bro.
Ingram,
He's
bro.
huge. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Numbers.
Oh yes. So like Aaron Rodgers was kind of saying it too. He was mainly the one that brought it up. He's like, depending on what number you wear, you can tell if they're good or not. So this could totally throw that off. Because if someone's wearing like a bummy number, say you're a DB wearing like 49, he's gonna target 49. Like the good quarterbacks are gonna target the bad numbers because they know they
Is
can.
this
like
really a
ruin
thing?
reading defense.
Yes, bro, it is a thing.
How's it
Because
jersey
because
number?
every position on the football field has a certain number.
Right.
So like the quarterbacks are like
All the DBs,
That's
I feel like the
them-
good ones are 20s and
yes.
30s. 20s and 30s. If you're 59, 49 wearing a defensive back's jersey, we're in the secondary, obviously they're going to target you because they know you
I
can't
feel like
play.
it's not really gonna be that. Like it's not
It's
gonna
not that
happen
serious.
like
It's not
that.
that serious.
Like
What do you mean?
no, it is serious.
I think-
because
no, I
that's
think-
how the quarterbacks read the defense.
That is big. So that's why I think changing your
Tom Brady was
jersey could
pissed
throw
about it, too.
everything off.
Tom Brady was pissed about it.
Ch-
So it's gonna ruin the game.
it could throw everything off.
No, interesting.
Let me set up the off the top team real quick. But yeah, I wouldn't.
It's interesting for sure. It's definitely interesting.
I wouldn't. I don't think. Daryl, do you want to start us off because you weren't here last week?
Yep.
Oh, let me just wait this for setup. All right, Daryl. This could be draft. This could be anything.
Okay.
The Giants. What do they got to do? They added a lot already.
Okay, so how do you guys feel about Daniel Jones? That's just what it comes.
No.
I want to see him next year. Now that they added.
I don't want to see him.
Nah, bro.
I
They
don't want to see him anymore.
they added
I don't
John
think that
Ross.
guy
They
is
added. Who else did they add?
Close to that. Let's see.
I can't remember.
See, I don't
Didn't
know.
they get the guy from Detroit, Galladay?
Kenny Galladay,
Kenny
John
Galladay.
Ross.
The team's looking good, but now see what it comes down to for me is like Daniel Jones. Like him and Drew Lock are 2 quarterbacks that I'm like.
I'm not set on.
Same thing with what's his name? What's his name? That was on the Jets.
Darnold.
Yes.
Yeah.
All 3 of them is like
You
You guys been
know,
getting-
but you don't know. Like
Right.
I don't know. Someone
You know
told me
they're
that.
not
I
gonna
don't
be
know. I
available.
don't know.
They got Saquon. They got the wide receivers. They got Evan Ingram and what's the
Has
other
any
tight
of them
end's
had a
name?
good season?
Ooh,
what's
they
his
have
name? What's his name? The tight end.
It's Evan Ingram
They
and
have Kyle Rudolph.
no.
Yes,
dude,
they
have
just got
another
Kyle
guy,
Rudolph
though.
and,
they have a good tight end.
I know who you're talking about too.
Oh,
The Giants.
Yes,
Who else? But they have Kyle Rudolph.
Evan Ingram. Just look up their depth chart. Yeah.
Oh.
no, I think it is Evan Ingram who we're thinking of.
Yeah.
I think we're just messing up. Kyle Rudolph. They have Kyle Rudolph.
So do you think they need to cause what pick do they have? 11? Do they have 11 or
they
12?
have
11.
11. So what? Because obviously there's not going to be a quarterback there.
Why don't
so
they trade up to get a quarterback?
do you think they should?
Dude, Daniel Jones is getting too many chances.
Daniel Jones's turnovers are insane.
Yes.
He's had like one of the most turnovers in the league in a long time.
What has he
It
done
is
to
only-
like deserve getting another season?
He's fast.
Like,
yeah,
he-
and
I-
even
I have a
even
question
when he's
for you
fast,
guys.
he
He
finds
fell.
a way to
quick,
mess it up.
quick question for you. Like, who's better, Mitchell Trubisky or Daniel Jones?
Mitch
Mitch
Trubisky.
Trubisky.
So if Mitchell Trubisky is over here being behind Josh Allen,
I don't understand why they didn't go for Mitch Trubisky.
what? Right.
Literally. Yeah.
What does
Why
Daniel
didn't
Jones do to deserve? Never mind.
Because I feel like no teams were really calling Mitch Trubisky. Maybe it was just the Bills.
Yeah.
I don't know.
His team should have done a better job trying to find a solution because that wasn't my ideal solution. But,
Who was their other running back?
oh, Giants.
Yeah, because it's Saquon.
Saquon and what's his name? That Wayne something. It's Wayne something. I forgot his name.
Hold up, I'm right on it.
Wayne something.
Nah, it's Devontae Booker, Taquan Mizzle.
Wayne
He's
Gallman.
third in.
Wayne Gallman. He's nice.
I don't know.
Who is
It
it?
is
I've never
Wayne
heard of him.
Wayne Gallman. You don't know who Wayne Gallman is?
No, I've never heard of him.
Oh, no,
Run the-
he's a 49ers now, but.
Oh.
So.
Brady, you want to go?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, before we move on. So what are they going to, if they don't trade it for a QB, what are they going to take at 11?
I have no idea.
I feel like they're just going to go defense. They'll go
Defense,
defense. All right, Brady.
I
What
feel
are
like there's
the
a lot of good offensive talent in the NFL right now.
Yeah, there is.
Chargers?
This consistency is lacking.
They have to get that defense right too.
The Chargers?
Yeah, I feel like the offense is set. We were just talking about it.
Defense, yeah.
They have the 2 wide receivers. They have the quarterback.
You know your defense is bad when you let a Cam Newton-led Patriots beat you that.
By
45,
45,
oh.
45 to nothing, and then let Jared Stidham come in and get a touchdown on you.
Right.
Like what?
To Nikhil, right?
That's
Was
so
it?
sad.
Was
I
that
mean,
the?
they have Chris Harris Jr., but like he's
Not
getting
it.
he's getting
They
he's
have,
on the, he's on
Derwin
the tail end of
James.
his career.
Derwin James is very good, but he was hurt last year, I think.
I feel like they have to get better up front. Get more like, pressure on the quarterback.
I agree.
Let your DBs do their thing too. So like
I agree.
defense for sure.
Yeah, you said up front over secondary.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have Chris Harris. I feel like they have a decent secondary. They can get better there too though.
Yeah.
Defense.
the
in
jerseys
general,
are so
you
nice,
know.
though.
I like the
I
like
love
the
it.
dark blue ones.
Me too,
So
bro.
nice.
Those are so nice with a little outline of the bolt.
Stadium's beautiful too.
All right, what are the? Let's see. Eagles. What do they got to do? They got to figure out their quarterback situation first. It's between Joe Flacco and Jalen Hurts. I would probably say Jalen Hurts, have Joe Flacco as the backup, because same thing with Tua. I would have had Tua be the starter just because you invested so much to get this one guy. You tanked for Tua. Let him play. I kind of understand more for Tua because it was his first year. But this is Jalen Hurts' second year. We saw how he played last year. Wasn't bad. Wasn't amazing. So it's like let him really learn it. He has time to learn under Joe Flacco during like the mandatory training. Their offensive targets, they have Boston Scott and
Travis Fulgham?
no, their other running back
Oh.
is Boston Scott
Ooh.
and
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders
yes.
is very good.
How do we forget about him?
I don't know.
Oh,
They have
damn.
two. They have a good running back core. Wide receivers, Travis Fulgham. That's pretty much all they got. Tight end, they had Zach Ertz, but he wants to leave,
Left.
so he probably won't be there anymore. Their defense is sorry. So really, they have so much to do.
And they just lost Mills too to us.
Yes, they lost Denzel Mims. Is it Mills or Mims?
Mills.
Mills.
Well, that team, the wide receiver core is just not it. They need to adjust that. That would be my first pick.
They have no wide receivers.
Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham.
Jalen Reagor, that's his name. They just got him last year. They drafted him right before Justin Jefferson. How stupid.
Wow, what a.
Right, the pick
and the
before.
Vikings laughed at them.
Yes, the
on
pick
live
before.
TV.
So Philly has 12. Giants have 11. Jamar Chase won't be there. Jalen Waddle might. Just because I feel like the Dallas is going to be stupid and go for an offensive target. I think they will. They're going to be so dumb. So that's just how they are. Like, Jerry Jones last year was doing it from his yacht, the draft. Like, that's just – I think they should go for Micah Parsons because they have Leighton Vander Esch. And if they have Vander Esch and Micah Parsons, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Cowboys should draft a GM.
They have they have Trayvon Diggs too. Stephon Diggs' brother. He's very good. I don't know. I just think that I feel like he got overshadowed too because he's probably their best DB, and it was his very first year going against the best wide receivers in the NFL. So they could go DB or D lineman. Their offense, the Cowboys' offense is fine, but Philly just needs everything, honestly. I think for Philly right now, I would go offense just because Jalen Hurts is young, so he can grow in the offense and grow with an offensive target to really get that connection and that chemistry, and then figure out the defensive situation. All right, so we'll go to Patriots and Jordan Love. I don't think I've ever said that. Brady, do you want to go over that?
Yes. So I guess a picture on Twitter got leaked, and it was a trade package coming up for the draft night, where we would send our first-round pick for Jordan Love. Personally, me and Don were talking about this the other day. We were just looking at him, like, make throws. Like, it just, like...
What was that,
Yeah, go ahead.
yesterday?
Yeah.
So, basically, Jordan Love... So, I was watching for, 15, 20 minutes yesterday. So...
He's not good.
It wasn't... Yeah,
No.
It
he's
wasn't
not-
anything special.
It wasn't anything... It wasn't like, wow, this kid is good. But it wasn't bad.
It
Because,
didn't
obviously,
look
if you're
like
a D1 quarterback, you're going to be
round
good.
one pick to me.
No. The Packers traded up to get him. Like... And you have Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the best quarterbacks, probably top 5, arguably, of all time.
I'm gonna read his senior year stats. He had
Look at the touchdowns and picks.
He had 3,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, 17 picks. Like
It was
that's
sad.
a first round pick,
Sad.
and they wanted him to back up Aaron Rodgers.
And
It's
so,
just disrespectful.
It doesn't get any more disrespectful than that when you think about it.
Like, so
His
Jordan...
sophomore year was good. Damn.
So Jordan Love, when he throws, he can escape the pocket. Like, he can move. He's a taller guy. He can move. But every time he goes to throw, or at least half the time he goes to throw, he does a little hop. Like, he jumps up in the air, and he throws it while he's in the air. Like, he doesn't set his foot and, like, like usually when a quarterback throws, they'll set their foot and their back foot will kind of like come up and come around. He does do that, and when he does, it's a pretty decent spiral, but the ball doesn't have any velocity on it. When he's in the air and he jumps up, it's always wobbly. It's like how Drew Brees
Was throwing.
was throwing against the Bucs in his last game, bro. I couldn't get it out.
Baba.
He's basically the same. He couldn't. I don't know. Would you guys rather? I would easily rather our 15th overall pick than Jordan
question.
Love.
Yes.
Not even
Like,
close.
Yes.
Not
Not
even
even
close.
decision to pick
No
no
doubt.
in their franchise.
it could be. I could understand why they would do it just because.
There's no understand.
But he learned under Aaron Rodgers for a year.
Yep.
He learned from Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
How much did Aaron Rodgers really want
Thank
him to
you.
learn?
True.
Thank you. Thank
True.
you.
How much did
I
Aaron
agree.
Rodgers want
You
him to
think
learn?
Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a sweet relationship with that guy after like the Packers like bitch?
I do
He
think
must have been
Jordan Love's the
so-
reason Aaron Rodgers had the season he had because he.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
he was
100%.
pissed.
100%. So do you think this is better than... So say we stay at 15. Say we use our 15th overall pick. Would you rather us stick with Cam this year, or would you rather the Jordan Love trade?
Cam.
Cam.
Really?
I don't want Jordan.
I
Love.
would. I agree. I would go stick with Cam and get Kyle Trask in the second round. I'm bought in on Kyle Trask. If you watch him, like obviously I know you've watched him throw. I don't know if you have, but he can throw the ball easily better than what Jordan Love did. And we've already talked about the similarities from the offense of the Florida Gators and the New England Patriots. It's just I would be so mad if this happened. Oh, I would be so
Yeah,
mad.
Me too. Maybe that was just they had it
That has to be a
proposed
joke.
like. No, dude, it was a picture. Like
It was a
It was a
picture.
Packers,
I'll pull it up. I'll
it was
pull it
a
up right now.
Packers desk with like a briefing, and it had it on the.
It was
bottom.
like
Round
it was
one.
in a little binder thing,
And it
and
was sticking out, and it had
Yes.
the picture Patriots, Jordan Love to Patriots for first round pick.
for 50,
15.
and it had the little Green Bay Packers logo on top.
Hey, but I'd pick the top 4 QBs in this draft over Jordan Love.
Me too.
100%. I'd take
Well, I mean,
Kyle
he was
Trask.
a-
I
he
would
was a
take probably Kellen
26th
Mond.
overall pick, so it's not like he was really high up. But
Still,
like,
they traded
I
up
know.
to get him.
That doesn't make no
Why
sense.
would you
I
trade
know.
up to get? I don't know
when
what they
you have
gave up
Aaron
though.
Rodgers.
I'm gonna look at what they gave up.
That move
I
regardless
thought they
makes
had
sense.
the 26th pick last year.
I don't know. I heard that they traded up.
That
Don't
move regardless would just never be a sensible move.
The Packers traded number 30 and 136 to the Miami Dolphins for the number 26 overall pick, using it to take Jordan Love. This caused an instant uproar in Green Bay, with fans furious with all the Packers to use such a high pick on Rodgers' eventual successor rather than getting him more weapons. I agree.
I mean, he still has like 4 or 5 more good years.
Bro, he's what, 36?
36.
Bro, Tom Brady's 43 right now, and he has no plans on
Tom
retiring.
Brady's not really a good.
You
measure.
can't. You can't even compare him. Like,
Yeah.
So you can say at least 4.
I think Rodgers- yeah,
I'd
he'll
say
play till
4,
40. He'll
so
play till
3
40.
or 4 more years.
He said, I think when they drafted him, they were like, I don't know if they don't have the same plans as I do, but he's like, I don't plan on retiring anytime soon. He's like, I don't know if they want me out of here, but he's basically like, I'm still going to be playing.
He's been
so he's
very,
like, either
like,
it's in Green Bay or
blunt,
not.
like, with speaking like to the media
I
and
mean,
stuff.
Especially when you go
You
to the
can't
Pat
On,
McAfee show.
he has like no
Bro, he went on
filter.
every Tuesday.
But does he have the right to say what he wants? I feel like he does.
I think
He
he's
doesn't care.
but the
He
thing
doesn't
is,
care.
if you go out and say it, it depends, because that's endorsements that they're going to take away, because like,
I don't
you
think they'll
get
take
you
it
get
away.
trained to talk to the media. So I don't think, because he's like a mellow guy, like he's gonna be probably host of Jeopardy. Hopefully, he wants to be the host of Jeopardy.
Nah, he's already done.
Yeah, I think
No, they're doing a bunch of guys right now.
Yeah.
But like for the main gig, he said he wants the main gig. They don't have a main guy yet. I think Joe Buck is going now.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
like,
that's terrible. I feel bad for.
I would not
whoever
want
hosts
Joe
Jeopardy.
Buck. No.
Joe Buck. Welcome to Jeopardy.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Whenever I hear his voice, like at the beginning of the Super Bowl, I'm just like, oh.
Bro,
It's
you
gonna
know
be
who I like
terrible, man.
watching? Tony Romo. I like listening to Tony
Yeah.
Romo.
He speaks a lot, but like he knows. What
He
he's
knows,
talking about.
bro. He
what
knows
he's
the
doing.
plays. Like he knows exactly what to say. I can't. I would be so mad if I was a Packers fan. I showed Brady the other day, but it was again on the Pat McAfee show. They have a Green Bay Packers fan. Have you seen it? So they have a Green Bay Packers fan. They were all dressed up in suits and everything, and the Packers pick went out, and he said, quarterback. He was like Jordan Love, quarterback. The guy, this kid named Ty Schmidt, he stormed out, walked out, and then he comes back in. He's just sitting there, and he's so mad. Then he just
it's
screams.
so hard to comprehend it.
He
I
just
don't blame him.
screams like,
And if
I'd
they,
be so mad
if
too.
they got a good weapon, like they could have made a deeper run than they
could've
did.
won.
They could have
yes,
won.
yes.
They were a piece of 2 away.
Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams are like.
It
Yeah,
honest,
their
their
Bro,
season
even
honestly
Jamal
came
Williams, their
down-
backup is very
Their
good.
season came down to like 1 or 2 plays.
Like it wouldn't have been.
And that wasn't Rodgers' fault.
Like, you could
No.
easily say that Devontae was the best wide receiver in the league last
Yes.
year.
Yes.
You could say that Aaron Jones is definitely like top 5.
Yes,
back,
when
yeah.
healthy, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
He has injury concerns. Same with Devontae Adams, because Devontae Adams gets turf toe every single year, and he's out for like 3 games. But I can't remember what I was gonna say.
You should just like amputate his toe and make a new one.
Robotic toe,
Yeah.
metal toe. Devontae. I was trying to make a toe joke. Devontae Adam. I don't even know, bro. But yeah, in the few plays that you were saying it came down to, that wasn't really the offense's fault either. That was the coaching's fault. Like, and yeah, if they had more offensive weapons, he probably maybe would have thrown a touchdown on that play when he threw it incomplete to Devontae. But I feel like that was just a bad play. Aaron Rodgers rolled out right, and everybody was to the left. So it's like he couldn't, like,
I feel like he would have got wrecked. He would have got decked. I don't think he would have made it.
even if he didn't make it, he
Would've
had
put
at
him in a
least
better
5
position.
yards in front of
But
him.
the clock was ticking at that point
no,
too.
Like,
And they still needed to get another. I think they were. I forget what they were down at that point.
They were down by like
I think
8.
it was 8.
They needed another drive anyways, but
Yes.
still, they could have. I would have rather done that. It's the NFC Championship. I'm not going to settle for a field goal.
you gotta pull out your cards.
And that's the MVP.
You have the MVP. You're not
No,
going
I
to let
mean,
him.
hey, they clearly don't believe in him. Like this shows even more.
Which
If
makes
I was
no
him,
sense.
I'd want out. Just come to the New England.
Imagine.
Just come to New
Bro,
England.
Imagine him and Bill Belichick.
It would even be right.
My
though.
dad thinks. I think my dad said he thinks Rodgers is coming here, but
It wouldn't
There's
be right.
zero chance.
Wouldn't
There's
be
zero
right.
chance. There's zero chance. Bro, speaking of Bill Belichick, he was about to be gone if we kept Jimmy G.
Did you see
Did
that?
you know that?
He was
No, I
taking interviews from the Giants and Dolphins.
I don't think he actually would have left.
No,
he
he
was gonna
wanted to leave.
If Brady stayed. If we signed Brady, he was gonna be out.
I can't believe that. Like, I
I
really.
can't believe it. They
You
both
can't?
wanted to win without each other.
I know, but bro, they work so well together. But honestly, I'm obviously very sad to see Tom Brady go. But I was interested in what we're gonna do because my whole life I've never had to worry about the quarterback situation. Here we are now. There's like, I don't know, 7 quarterbacks that we could take in this one draft, and it all comes down to the 15th overall pick. What we're gonna do with it? If we get Jordan Love, that's an 8th quarterback. So I really don't know. And so it's like, and it's kind of interesting to see because I'm not gonna say I got bored watching Tom Brady because he's the best quarterback ever, but it was fun watching the mobile quarterbacks really escape the pocket and get the offense going. Well, we saw Lamar Jackson when we lost to them. That was really like, whoa, like this kid is special. Yeah. Mobile quarterbacks are different, like hybrid dual threat quarterbacks, and obviously Tom Brady can't do that. So I wanted a mobile quarterback, and we can't get that out of Tom Brady. So I was happy, but I was also very sad to see him go.
What did your mobile quarterback do for you last year, Dominic?
Exactly.
All right, listen, he's like,
Let's not talk about it.
hey, those first 2 games, that second game against Seattle,
Oh, and
that
then Corona.
Yo, Boston was happy. Though.
bro, that was
COVID ruined his
bro,
mind. He
bro,
couldn't
that was
figure
the
it
That was
out.
the best loss ever.
no,
That
that
was the
literally.
most entertaining loss.
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
even gonna lie. I was like,
I was heartbroken, bro. I was so
if he
upset.
did that, he would have won New England.
Because everybody was hyping up
would've
Seattle.
won.
It's like Seattle, bro. Devin McCourty picked him off on like the second play of the game, got a pick
Touchdown.
6, bro. Insane.
And that was like the
Insane.
same day, like James White parents, like.
Was that the same day? Oh yeah, because he didn't
And then
play.
he was like, yo, 2-8.
Yes. Bro, that was so sad. And then DK Metcalf, Moss, Stephon Gilmore got a touchdown.
Yep.
Stephon fell to the ground.
That
like,
was an entertaining game. It was like back and forth.
that
And
was
he
a
came
great
back at the
game.
end,
That was
yeah.
a great
I
game.
still don't know why Cam Newton chose that route to run in. Why
I
didn't
know.
he just?
Bro, they called it 4 times, and then the 4th time it got stopped.
Yeah.
But like they called it another time, and it was like the same play, but I guess kind of different. The fullback, Jakob Johnson, he ran out and did the same play but faked it. And I'm pretty sure they threw it to Jakob. I don't know if it was a touchdown or not, but bro, I was so mad because you could easily tell that they were running it. They ran that one formation the whole game, and that one formation was for that one play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they obviously knew.
Knew what they were doing, yeah.
So dumb. Bro, when Cam Newton did like a flip in the air, it was so funny, but I was so mad. His legs just went.
Right.
All right, I think that is all for this episode. But before we sign out, the draft, the 2021 NFL draft, is this Thursday night starting at 8. We are going to go live starting like 7:45, 7:50. We'll keep you guys updated. We'll let you know. Stick here with us. We're going to go draft coverage for the whole night, for the whole first round. Going to get all dressed up, all snazzy, looking cute. We're going to be looking good.
You're going to smell me through the TV.
Oh, okay. Just make sure you guys come with us, watch it through us. throughout the picks, we're going to be giving you guys, like,
Live reaction.
basically reaction to the pick, what they needed to do, what they ended up doing, and then same thing for the next pick, so on and so forth. We're going to be having graphics going up on the screen, everything. But thank you guys for watching. Let's give it a round of applause. This is the 10th episode, which is insane. Like,
We made
we've
it.
been doing this for 10 weeks. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Before we sign off, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, new Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everything at DBD Sports Show. We'll see.
Before we leave, I just want to say rest in peace to Terrence Clark. Prayers to your family and everyone who was affected. Wish you guys nothing but the best and hope we can
Yes.
somehow get through this hard time.
I feel bad for Jaylen Brown. That was sad. That was
Everyone
sad.
involved.
But yeah, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one.